This is Business Rockstars, where we introduce you to the rock stars of the business world so you can become a rock star too.
It's time for Mentoring Rockstar Style here in Business Rockstars. I'm Ken Rutkowski. Joining me in the studio, he has been on hiatus for the last few weeks, and now he is here. It's good to see him, Mr. Richard Gibbs. Richard Gibbs, Oingo Boingo, Muppets. Apparently, the coolest recording studio on the planet. Coolest. I just given it that title. Do you agree with me?
I wouldn't argue.
Is there? Can you? We had Helen Reddy. Oh no, Barbara Streisand. I'm sorry.
No, don't do
Barbara
that.
Streisand.
Don't do that. Barbara Streisand's been there several times.
And anyone else we can announce?
Well, I guess I could say it. U2 was just there.
You mean the band?
No, you were there. Ken Rutkowski.
You're telling me Bono was there and Edge and all that?
Yeah.
They were at your studio?
Yes.
Wow.
They were in my house, in my studio.
The coolest studio on the planet.
That's
Come on.
right.
Do you agree with me on that?
Well, actually, I can do better than that. Bono said that, so I'm good with that.
Bono said that? Did you at least get him to record saying that? And he put that on the website?
No. Okay. I don't ask for endorsements.
Woodshedrecording.com. You should, by the way, as being an entrepreneur.
I don't need to.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
You're that big.
The studio's doing really well. I'm very happy about that.
That's great. Congratulations. It's good. We missed you.
I've been missed. I appreciate that.
We miss you. It was interesting. I believe last week was the only artist that was not a Berkeley artist.
No, we've had others that weren't Berkeley
really?
artists. We have.
Do we have today?
No.
Berkeley again?
But you guys called him. I
have been.
Alex called him.
I think this is exciting. So every Thursday, you and I kind of sit there and listen to these proteges, these artists that come in super talented. And just through the expertise that we have on our sides, we just kind of give them that shot of adrenaline to take them to the next level.
That's what we hope to do, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and plus Berkeley subsidizes this, don't they?
I wish they would.
I think they should.
We should talk to them.
I'm going to call Roger Brown.
Okay. People need to understand, when you say Berkeley, we're not talking about Berkeley up in...
No, Berkeley College of Music, Berklee. That's worth about, I don't know, $500 just for spelling it.
And what happes at that school? Why is it so unique, and why, when artists come out of it... But there's something that happens at Berkeley. What is it?
It's the foremost school of music that really talks about the practicalities of being a musician, and they cover all aspects of what that means.
You come out of Berkeley not just understanding music; you are living it. You got it inside you.
Well, you've got to know what you're doing, even to get in there.
Evyn Charles.
Evyn Charles is our protege this week.
Hey, Evyn Charles, it's good to have you here with us.
It's great to be here.
Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from right outside Paris, France.
Oh, wow.
Don't hear it, do you?
Can't you tell?
Not yet.
No, you won't.
Oh, not at all. How long have you been here in the States?
Oh, I've been in the States. I left France when I was 16 years old.
No, we're going to hear it eventually. It'll pop up, but that's okay. No.
Now that you know, of course. But of course I can hear it.
Oh, I hear it.
No, I see. There you go.
Vous travaillez?
Bonjour.
Okay. So we are going to listen to your story, and we're here to enhance whatever you're doing. But we also want people that are listening going, "Oh, wait a second, I should be doing that too," or they might have suggestions.
Sure.
At any point in time, 855-ROCKSTAR. They could give us a call. Evyn, what kind of music do you do?
What do you want to hear?
No,
this
is
important. That is my little standard thing, because there's two different things that I do in music. So one is my quote unquote day job, and one is what I'm pursuing more. So the thing that I'm pursuing, the reason I'm in music, is because I'm a writer. I'm a songwriter, and always have been ever since I was a little kid.
Okay.
And in the course of doing that, I started learning all the songs I liked, and pretty soon I knew a lot of songs. People were asking me to sing them, and I also had a good memory, so I remembered them all. And then a short while after that, I got on tour. I went on tour. I was still in Paris. I was telling Richard earlier, I worked for Club Med for a number of years, which is actually a French company, and I was playing music for them. And I've managed to make a living playing music, playing other people's songs.
Yeah, but you do make a living doing that.
I make a full-time living doing it. So that's the other side of what I do, my day job, so to speak, where my standard response to what you just asked me is, what do you want to hear?
I understand now.
Now, as far as what I write, the main category that I would call it is soulful beach groove.
Soulful beach groove.
Oh, I've heard that many times, haven't you?
Ta-da!
I made that up.
Okay.
But it's very descriptive of kind of like the core
I think that
of what
is
I do.
awesome that you just did that. You created a genre that we both went, I want to know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So it's like somewhere between like Jack Johnson, Jimmy Buffett, a little B.B. King thrown in.
You nailed it right out of the
Wow,
gate.
you painted a great picture there. Good job,
I
Richard.
knew this guy was great.
He's a Berkeley guy. So this is where you want to go.
This is where, yeah, and I do a lot of it already. I've done quite a bit of writing for different projects. However, not enough to make a full-time living with my writing so far. So I wanted to gear myself to the point where I had a job that brought in enough money and left me with enough time to actually do a lot of writing and producing. So that's what I've done the last several years. I went from being a backup musician for many years, making other people sound good, and then eventually I decided, I have a voice too. And
a lot of people have moved forward from that position, right?
And then how do I continue making a living in music doing that?
So Richard and I are going to ask you questions back and
Of
forth,
course.
and if there's anything we want to just sit on and just drive deeper, we can. But Richard, you're the first question guy. Go ahead.
I had the advantage of having a few minutes to talk with Evyn ahead of time, and there was something that you said that triggered me right away. You were talking about performing live and then how difficult it was to get going doing other things, right?
Yes.
Because they don't trade off necessarily, right?
You're correct. They're two different.
What do you mean? Explain what you mean by that.
For instance, when I used to be a touring musician myself for a little bit. I mean, I toured with, playing with other people and wasn't doing what he's doing now, but same kind of mindset hits. Touring musicians have their own subset as opposed to recording musicians, as opposed to songwriters and artists.
Is it important to identify each one of them, or can they all blend into one?
They can blend, but the issue is that they don't. The point is they don't trade off. So in other words, if you're out on the road, like I was, I used to tour with Shaka Khan and with Tom Jones and with Boingo or whoever. You're out on the road. You're gone. You're not here. You're not networking. You were talking about networking earlier.
That's tough then.
So what I used to say when I was calculating, somebody would say, "Hey, you want to go out on the road and do something?" I would say, "Okay, well, let me think about what that will cost." And I would look at it in terms of, well, not just the amount of money that I would lose in session work during that week that I'd be gone, but I would multiply it by 3.
Why 3?
Because I couldn't work during that week in town.
Right.
And I would miss all those calls.
Okay.
And I would miss those contacts.
Business stops.
Right.
Business stops.
So
how do you do that, Evyn, in that situation? I mean, you painted the picture really well, Richard.
Yeah, it was a perfect way to paint it, and you can drop bigger names than I can, so I'm
But the principles stay the same.
Yeah, of course. I'm being facetious. But what I've realized is that I love songs. I'm a song guy. The previous guest and I were chatting earlier, and he said, "Well, what genre do you like?" And I told him, I'm not a genre person. I'm a song person. So I embraced that, and I found that I actually like the same songs most everybody else likes. So I learned them, and I sing them for a living. And I've been very fortunate that the last several years, for instance, I've got a regular gig in Redondo Beach at a place that's been voted the best beach bar in America the last couple of years in a row, and it's a classic place called Tony's on the Redondo Pier. I'll be there tonight, the next couple of nights. I'm there 3 times a week. That's been a blessing because I get to play there. Those are marathon gigs.
But this is very interesting because a lot of the artists we have here, that's one thing they don't do enough of.
Because most of the artists that we've had on here are only doing original material. What Evyn's doing differently here is that he's performing covers, and there's a different market for that.
There is. And I also get to do a lot of originals. One thing that I've found is if people like you as an artist, as an entertainer, then they'll be a lot more open to you as a writer. Because people will say, "Oh, this guy is great, and he has his own songs." And then I also, because I write a lot, I've decided to embrace that. I'm not going to wait for somebody to say, "Hey, we need this song," or "I think this song would be a hit." If I see somebody that might need a song, I'll go ahead and write it. For instance, I'd never heard of the show before, but I listened to it and I noticed you didn't have a theme song, so I wrote you one. And I wrote a song for instance, I have a song called "The Bar Musician" because that's that's my day job.
So let's do this. Evyn Charles, by the way, it's evyncharles.com. It's EVYN Charles.com. You go to his website. We're going to dive a little deeper in the whole aspect of how to expand your brand and how to position yourself as an artist of your own content. I think that, right?
Yep.
Do you agree with that?
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to kind of twist you a little.
That'll be great.
You ready
I
for
look
some
forward
twisting?
to it.
And when we come back, we're also going to hear a sample of that. What was that environment again? What's it called?
Soulful Beach Groove.
We're going to hear some social beach groove. I can't wait to hear that, too. All that while we're doing mentoring. I can't believe I'm sitting here next to Richard Gibbs. He's back.
Believe it.
Yes, I am. We're listening to Rockstar Mentoring right here on Business Rockstars.
Toward the shores of Patron, Stoli and Guinness, and got stranded far away.
This is Business Rockstars, where we introduce you to the rock stars of the business world, so you can become a rock star too.
Rockstar Mentoring right here on Business Rockstars. I'm Ken Rutkowski. It is BusinessRockstars.com. Joining me next to me, the guy that's been in all kinds of bands. Oingo Boingo's one of them. Yes.
Yes.
And this is after It's a Dead Man's Party, right?
No. Before.
Oh, before.
Yeah.
So you never had a chance to ever sing that song.
I didn't sing anyway. That was Danny's job.
Danny Elfman's right. But I'm just saying.
He was my singer. That's
He
how I
was
like to
your
put
singer.
it.
Richard Gibbs is joining us. Next to Richard Gibbs, Evyn, right?
Evyn
Yes.
Charles.
Can you say it in French accent?
Evyn Charles.
There we go. And we would love to hear, what are you going to play for us?
I'm going to play one of my newer songs that I just recorded yesterday, and it's called Insanely Happy. So it's a little bit on the upbeat side of my of that soulful beach groove, but it's when you're jogging at the beach with
All right.
Here
we go.
Bring it.
Yesterday I had a frown, but now I've changed. I'm wearing it upside down for no reason I can't explain. It really works, though you may think that I'm insane. My heart is filled with happiness. I walk outside and let the sun kiss my face. Life is hard, I know it's true. For everyone, how you deal with it is up to you. I choose to be insanely happy. You can call me crazy, but I'm insanely happy, yeah. And I go do 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 do. Well, I got wings on my feet without a care. I go dancing in the street. The world is ours, can't stay inside. Come play with me, let's have some fun and take a ride. No more pain, no more sorrow. We'll wake up to a much better day tomorrow. Grandma cooks, baby's laughing, everything's right when you feel free to imagine. And I choose to be insanely happy. You can call me crazy, but I'm insanely happy, insanely happy. I choose to be insanely happy, yeah. And I go do 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 do.
Very nice.
That made me happy.
There you go.
Evyn Charles.
I edited that on the fly. There's like 2 more minutes of that song.
Well, I'm happy you kept it right within that.
That's 2 minutes.
Well
it
done.
worked. It worked. Evyn, so I am over at your iTunes page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got 2 LPs on there, right? 2 CDs.
Yes.
You got 2 on there. How's it going with these?
It it's always it always surprises me at the end of the year when they say, hey, 300 people bought your song, because that's about the range where I am. So that's nice. I actually forgot that I had that page on iTunes, because I mostly direct people to my website, and I put most of my songs on a different site. Not iTunes, but I will, as I make better recordings.
What's that
what's
site?
that?
It's called soundclick.com. and I've got a page on there, so I'm able to upload an unlimited number of songs up there. So even as I'm recording a demo, I can put it up.
Soundclick.com. It's an MP3 site.
Exactly.
And does this generate more traffic for you?
Yes.
Does it generate money?
It generates some, definitely more than iTunes. I'm only now starting to work with a great producer who's making my stuff sound like $1 million. So as I'm getting more of these songs, then I'll put them on iTunes as well.
Now, what is it you want to accomplish? Do you want to become an artist? Do you want to be a songwriter? I know that they're not mutually exclusive concepts, but which do you see yourself focusing on, as a songwriter or as an artist?
More as a songwriter. And I'm very happy that...
insanely so.
I'm insanely happy with the fact that the way that I make a living.
Richard, that was funny, by the way. Go ahead.
That was quick.
Yeah, Richard.
I wonder where you got that idea.
He's been on vacation for a while.
So sorry, I interrupted.
It's okay. I take very few things personally, even when I should.
But so you.
No, I'm very happy to make a living playing music, and I love that. I love good songs, like I said. So if I hear a great song that somebody else wrote, I can't wait to go out and sing it. So I enjoy that.
But I want to drill down and go back to what you want to do. What
I want to do is what I'm really pursuing is more songwriting opportunities, composition. More. I'm a song person, as I said. So I'm really, ideally, my goal would be to be one of those people that you call when you need a song. It happens a little bit. Like somebody says, hey, we're working on this. We got this project going. We need a song about this.
Evan, I'm gonna use a word for you, okay? You're not going to like it.
Okay.
You right now are not sustainable.
Okay.
Okay? Do you know where I'm going with this, Richard?
Not at all, but I'm curious.
In the aspect of this, what you're doing now is fun, and it really is.
Okay.
But the residual back end is what you need. You need something to where you can generate revenue on an ongoing basis. You're not hitting that area.
Mailbox money.
Correct.
Mailbox money.
And I'm hoping to learn how to do that.
What are you doing to achieve that now? And the answer could be nothing. I just want to know.
No. Right now, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm actually recording a lot of I've got a lot of songs that
What's a lot? Quantify a lot.
I've written hundreds of songs.
Yeah,
and I continue to write.
How many have you recorded?
So far, I'm on in a professional manner. Because I've always.
I mean, let me just get Richard. Just to give you an idea, on SoundClick, he has 97 songs you can download.
Okay, that's great.
Just on SoundClick.
Okay, so now you want to become known as a songwriter?
Yes.
For other artists. So who's getting you to those artists? That can't be
right
you.
now. Nobody.
There you go.
All right, so
that's the first thing that could be changed.
All right, so now you mentioned you had a publisher talking to you, possibly?
Right. The last couple of weeks or 3 weeks, a publisher approached me, very interested in my songs,
and
so I'm looking but I need to record them in a more professional manner so he can sell them.
That's what he said.
That's what he said, and so I'm interested. I'm a novice at this stuff, and I'm not sure I'm getting.
Well,
I need advice on.
Okay, there you go. There we go.
Entry point. All right. so there are several different ways to go about this, right?
Is that, by the way, a sustainable direction where he's going by getting those type of relationships and turning it into something?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to do. I want him to be sustainable.
Well,
Perfect.
Sure. I mean, you don't want to be. Nothing against Redondo Beach, but you don't want to be playing in a bar there when you're 70.
Gig like that. Exactly.
You want to get some annuity going. You want a life
residual.
So you're writing songs. Publishers look for songs that will fit a particular artist. The danger sometimes of producing a song in a professional manner is that then it gets typecast. Like if you do a Jack Johnson style song in the style of Jack Johnson, well, now that makes it easier for him to sell it to somebody. Well, Jack Johnson writes his own songs, but somebody like that. But then it's not going to get in front of Rod Stewart. It just automatically gets shunted off. So, and I'm sure your publisher's worth of salt. He knows this. So I would say it's not either or, it's and. Like you can record the same song in different styles, different ways. Do it as a stripped-down version. If you're really going after a specific artist, you've written something you think, this is going to be just the perfect song for Aerosmith. Find somebody that can sing in the style of and record in the style of Aerosmith. Do it like that. This is what smart songwriters do, and send it to him through your publisher. Hopefully, we'll have those contacts if he's good.
So pick the artists that he connects with, that he feels he could write great music for.
That's one way to do it. It's not the only way, but that's one way to do it.
But then you have to find somebody that's going to have that thorough path, that way to get to that artist. Right?
That's what a good publisher is.
And that's the key. And that's tough to find, isn't it?
If you have a good publisher, that's their job.
How do you find that good part?
I don't know.
The publisher,
and I haven't signed on officially with him. Where he's interested in signing.
We'll come back to it.
We'll go a little deeper. We'll go a little deeper into that. Understand the direction of publisher. Also, what I want you to do, again, you understand the sustainable route. You agree with me on that?
I agree with you.
The next thing is, who was before Barack Obama as president? George W. Bush. But I think when he was president is when you did your website. We're going to talk about upgrading your website.
Cool.
Okay?
That was me.
Okay, we're going to talk about
the association wasn't good.
How to bring up an artist is what we're doing. Richard Gibbs, Ken Rutkowski, listen to Business Rockstars.
This is Business Rockstars, where we introduce you to the rock stars of the business world, so you can become a rock star too.
Rock stars in the business world, but also rock stars in the music world too. We're here to help them out, and we're very fortunate to do Rockstar Mentoring on Thursdays. I'm Ken Rutkowski, Business Rockstars. In the studio with me, my buddy,
Richard Gibbs.
You are one of my favorite people in the world, and you know that, by the way.
You know, I think I'm going to start, when the music comes up, I'm going to start talking next time.
I'd like to try that.
Would you?
I'd like to try that. Richard Gibbs. And
this is Richard Gibbs here at Business Rockstars with my friend Ken Rutkowski.
Ken Rutkowski, all right. Richard Gibbs, Woodshed Recording, which is one of the cool, by Bono's own words.
No, I can't quote him exactly on that.
Can't?
No, because first off, I don't have the permission to. Second, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he definitely loved it. He had a great time.
Did he like it?
Did he
smile a lot?
A lot.
That's good enough.
Yes.
The studio that Bono smiled the most in. How's that? No?
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
But you help out tons of artists. You actually have some really cool creative concepts also around the next generation of a recording studio.
Yeah.
And a label and all that, which is great.
I'm talking about now with a friend of mine, an acoustician friend of mine. We want to, this is just a fantasy, we want to buy a boat and build a studio on a boat.
You know me.
No.
Charlie, one of the producers goes, that would be amazing. Do you know how many tech people want to do that?
Yeah, and do you know what a nightmare it would be? But
why would you want to do that?
Because the high-end artists that I'm dealing with, they would love it.
Very interesting, because you don't smoke anything, take anything, but that would be something a stoner would say.
If I did, it would be all over.
It would be horrible. You are mentoring. We have Evyn Charles joining us, who is an artist, a songwriter, and I would say a very happy person. Am I right to say that?
You're correct.
And we're not here to take you down a road of misery, but we want to be honest with you to help you out.
Okay? He's what I would call a working musician.
Which is great, right?
Right. I mean, that's just like I have actor friends who say, no, I'm not a star, I'm not a TV star, I am a working actor.
So when I meet different bodybuilders, because I like to work out, and I meet guys that are working out, and I go, do you want to take the bodybuilding
I'm
profession?
dying to hear where this goes.
Do you want to be really serious about it? They go, well, yeah. And I go, you have to do is you have to go work out on your legs. They go, oh, my legs, I hate working. Most of these guys, if you ever look at, they have this great upper body, just mass and muscles, and then their legs are chicken legs, right? But when they get serious, they have to do that. Now, this is what I'm going to ask you.
Where's this going, Dan?
You're trying to tell me something about my chicken legs?
I'm going to say, if you really want to be serious about utilizing digital media and using the internet, you're going to have to do something you don't want to do, and that is
you got to work on your legs, man.
Your website, which is your legs.
Absolutely.
Your website yells, I have been dead for 9 years because I haven't touched my website.
I have not touched my website for 9 years. That would be pretty accurate. As far as the dead part, those rumors are greatly exaggerated.
You understand? You're dead. You're dead.
I'm looking at.
I agree that my website is not.
I saw it. I'm not arguing with you. I just wouldn't have characterized it so harshly.
I'm not arguing. I could take a punch.
All I want you to do is
clearly.
I want you just to go and get a couple of fans, if you can, and just say, what would you think a website should look like? Or somebody that comes down to Redondo Beach to listen to you going, hey, does anyone, as you're playing playing, going, I need a web developer, and just sing.
Right.
Make a song around web developing.
You know what? And this is not to interrupt you. Is that, by the way,
which is a good thing to do, by the way.
No, I enjoyed listening to you. You have so much energy. I was telling Richard earlier.
You're telling me that.
But it's not for lack of trying, believe me, because I have solicited people to help me, and so far, crickets.
Can I give you one huge hint on a website?
Yeah.
I'm not a web designer by any stretch.
Right.
Just strip out anything that looks like any kind of graphics or art or anything else. Just super clean and let the music do the talking.
Yes.
Okay.
Just get rid of all the frou-frou.
So what
that
do I
dates
have
you
on there?
immediately.
I'm
I don't know. I look at it and I think flames, and I don't.
But I don't have any of that. Though.
Like,
That's the thing. I'm
ones
looking
that
for
red and
graphic.
yellow.
If you have concrete, that'd be
like a
great.
graphic.
I would love it. Yeah.
Something that's just simple. And I'm not kidding. You can probably do it yourself.
Right. Well, I did this one myself, so
Okay, maybe you
that's
don't want to.
maybe
Maybe
not a vote of confidence.
Wow.
But I go right to the. I'm interested. I would, of course, I know my limitations. That's not my forte by far. I don't need to tell you that. Anyone can see that. However, that's what I was able to do myself. And it serves a certain purpose, but it's not a good artist website. I agree with you.
I would think that if you go to Odesk, odesk.com, and ask for a 1 or 2 page website, it might cost you $250 to $400. That's it, and it's going to look great. Okay, and that's a website you can add stuff to.
But what he needs, that website is for his. Here we go back to the nomenclature of Ken Rutkowski. And plenty of other people. That's for your B2C, okay?
Business to customer.
But right now, what we were trying to drill down on is your B2B. The website's not going to help you with that. Right. I don't think any website's going to help with B2B.
Okay. You would know better because that was all around the idea of getting a good manager, right?
Well, publisher. So he needs a publisher. And if he wanted to be an artist, then he would need a manager. But
so how does he go off and find a great publisher?
Networking, getting out there in the world, talking with a lot of people.
Which is tough to do being a working artist, isn't it?
Well, you're probably not going to meet him at a nightclub in Redondo Beach. You may, meet him anywhere. Somebody may call in right now. Maybe there's somebody listening right now.
855 Rockstar if you want to talk to Evyn. Evyn, have you ever played in this area?
Yes, I have many times. As a matter of fact, a number of years ago, we were talking about this, Richard and I. I used to play on the Santa Monica Pier at a place called the Boathouse, which since closed. And 2 of the places where I used to play a lot closed around the same time.
So that's not optimistic the way you're talking. No, that's not a good thing. You want to be playing at places that are open?
Of course. And that's why I went to the South Bay, because that's where I went.
I only play at places that are closed.
Yeah. Well, they were open for a long time.
While I'm playing there.
Okay, can you?
Sorry.
But I went where I go where the work is.
I know, but I think what Richard is suggesting is if you do want, and it sounds like you're fantastic as a performer, be where those potential partnership people can be.
Actually, I'm going to go further than that. Oh. I'm going to say that if you want to be taken seriously as a songwriter, ignore the performing part of what you do. Don't cross that, because it doesn't help you as a songwriter, professionally speaking. Perception is reality. There's a reason that I cringe when Ken introduces me as a studio owner. I happen to own a studio that's very successful.
Proud of you, by the way. I'm very proud of you.
You see, so what I am is a composer. I'm a film composer. That's
You're
my bread and butter.
To me.
And no, I am a radio host, Ken. And I'm a record producer. Those are my first 2 things I want people to think of me as, because that's my bread and butter, and that's what I enjoy doing.
And
I love doing
a studio that Barbara Streisand and Bono just performed
in.
How cool is that?
See?
Awesome.
So
it is.
But what I'm saying is that as a songwriter, you need to concentrate on that, and you need to get that perception out there that you're a songwriter. The fact that you play.
So how does he do that? Just give him 3 steps on how to make that happen.
Well, the publisher that you're dealing with right now, how far along are you with that?
I think I'm pretty close. I need to get that reviewed because I'm not sure it's...
What's he asking for?
He was interested in some of my songs for... he's got 2 sides of his business. So some are short-term, some are long-term. But long-term, I'm not so sure.
Well, is he asking for...
The full publishing on...
100% of the publishing.
100% of the publishing on...
Is he giving you an advance for that?
No.
Move on.
Next.
Okay.
Next thing.
Yeah.
We have a minute and a half. Next, what else?
We need to find him a publisher that's real.
How do you do that? You're saying it's networking.
Well, I'm just saying that's not a tenable offer. You know, if he's asked for 100% of your publishers, giving you nothing up front, that says to me he doesn't believe in your songs, or else he's taking you for a ride. It's a harsh assessment, I admit.
Right, and that's for one side. There's another side where he doesn't want the publishing. He's because those are for different types of projects.
Is it a library?
He's got a library and he's got a publishing site.
Yeah,
so the library doesn't want the publishing. It's going to be
a publisher's marquee, most important.
For publisher's what?
Most important thing for him to find.
I would say at this stage, if he wants to be a songwriter writing for other artists.
I would love that. That's definitely a goal.
Start knocking on doors.
How do you do that?
Publisher. Start big. Go to Warren and Chapel. Hit the big boys in
town. What does he give them?
What
does he give them? Does he give them a CD? He does.
Songs, anything, anything that'll get you in the door.
And I love hearing that because that's what I'm doing right now. The last few weeks, I've been recording my songs they're flawless now. The recordings that are turning out. So prior to this, I didn't have that.
Wait, give some to Richard.
But the recording quality of the songs is not as important as the songs.
Okay. Evyn Charles, appreciate spending time. It's Evyn Charles. That's EVYNCharles.com is his website. Understand that the website has great content up there, so go listen to all the great tracks that are there. It takes you to iTunes and takes you to other websites. Richard Gibbs, will we see you again next week?
I believe so.
I like hearing that. Richard Gibbs, thanks a lot for spending time. Ken Dubner, thanks a lot for hanging out. Chris Cartan also. Tomorrow we're going to talk about what's going on with those media empires and how cutting the cord might be a new business for you. I'm Ken Rutkowski. You've been listening to Business Rockstars.
Business Rockstar. Business Rockstar. Taking on the world, even Venus and Mars. Burning up the stage like electric guitars. Business Rockstar. When the bulls and bears are out of control, don't worry, baby. It's only rock and roll from Silicon Valley, Texas and Wall Street, unstoppable, marching to a heavy backbeat. Business Rockstar. Business Rockstar. Taking on the world, even Venus and Mars, burning up the stage like electric guitars. Business Rockstar. And cheering them on with a great attitude, Big Ken Rutkowski. Now that's the real dude. Business Rockstar.